Hi, this is the Alexi Minko Show and I'm your host Alexi. My guest tonight has ruled the world of beauty and over the years has seen enough of the industry to shed some light on the truth behind the decor. It's all about business, she says. Yes, in an industry, strangely enough, not run by women, but about women, money seems to be the prime motivation behind every advertising campaign, focusing on telling young girls how to be easy breezy. In her new bestseller, Toss the Gloss, the beautiful Andrea Robinson shares few tips on how to truly look good inside and out when, as she puts it, good makeup reclaims you. It's my great pleasure to welcome the wonderful Mrs. Robinson.
Hello.
Hello, Andrea.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're here. And again, I mean, it's such an honor to have you on the show. So, you've written a book.
I have indeed.
And it's here. It was a fabulous party. I was there. I got thanks for the invite. Toss the Gloss and beauty tips, tricks, and truths for women 50 and plus. It's a fabulous book. I've read it, and as I told you before, I think this book actually could be read, and people from any age or any gender could learn a few things about beauty.
Well, I think it is universal. I do think there are specific things in the book that are for women 50 plus, but I think there's also a lot of universal good tips, especially when it comes to skincare. I think that chapter is especially great for people of all ages.
So first, I want you to share with the audience, you have a brilliant career. As I said, you've ruled the world of beauty because you reinvented beauty. Or the concept of beauty at some point in your career. Would you mind telling us a little bit about yes, your experiences at Estée Lauder, the campaign you developed?
Well, I worked, I should say, at most of the big companies in the luxury sector of the business. I worked first at Ultima 2, and that was a great pleasure. It was a division of Revlon. I think it's a very small division right now, but it was at one time quite a big division, and I guess that's where my interest first developed. That's on the corporate side of the business. I should say before that I worked at Vogue magazine as an editor. And then I was recruited to go to the corporate side of the business to work at Ultima 2. And there, and this was back in the late 80s, women were wearing blue eyeshadow, fuchsia lipstick, orange cheeks, and there was no choice.
The 80s were colorful.
They were colorful, and it was really terrible because it was a man's fantasy of what a woman should look like, not what we women wanted to look like, especially women going into the workforce. So I created this group of colors along with the wonderful makeup artist Kevin O'Quinn called the Nakeds. And that did revolutionize.
Which was a big success.
It was a huge success because it was all neutrals, from very pale to very deep colored neutrals. And it also made a social statement. It said, we're going into the workforce. We don't want to look like peacocks. We want to look like ourselves, only better.
It seems today that actually that concept is still alive. I mean, today makeup is much about...
Oh, it is. Bobbi Brown, for example, came out after. I have to say, I love Bobbi, but she did come out after with the same concept. A lot of people actually copied it, and it's a look that has never, ever gone away. And it's especially relevant, Alexi, for women who are over 50. Because
and why is that?
Well, that's the time in life where you have to be very careful with color. You have to be careful with shimmer. You have to be careful with red lipstick that can migrate into vertical lines, which suddenly occur. You have to be careful about the colors you put on eyes when your eyelids aren't as smooth and wonderful as yours. So
it's tips I got from your book, actually. I applied them today. I don't know if you can see, but yes, that's
great.
What is the thing that people don't know about the industry, the cosmetic industry?
You know, there's so much. I think number one, I think what a lot of women don't know, although it's all over the internet, is that there are several big companies. Revlon, Estée Lauder, for example. Estée Lauder owns all these fragrances. Tom Ford, when I say owns, has the license in many cases or owns outright. I think there are 26 companies under the banner of Estee Lauder. L'Oreal owns L'Oreal, Lancome, Maybelline, Kiehl's, many other companies. So that's number one.
Yes.
It is usually very shocking. So there are many price points within a corporate structure. You can have an entry price like L'Oreal Paris or Maybelline, or you can pay a lot of money for something like you can at Lancome. And they're all owned by the same company. And further, it's very often the same formulas that are used. The fragrance in it might be changed,
yes,
a molecule here and there, but it's basically the same formula. So I always say the tubes from Target are as good as the bottles from Bergdorf.
And this is in your book, actually.
It is.
You're actually advising women on how to save money into buying actually product that works and that don't necessarily cost, you know, thousands of dollars. I love this quote of yours: just in case I'm being too subtle, let me be clear. Most men running the major beauty corporations where you undoubtedly have spent a lot of money think you've lost it at 50. Isn't it tragic?
It
Seriously?
is tragic.
And there are beautiful women who are over 50. I think about Charlotte Rampling.
Oh, there are so many beautiful women over 50 and so talented. And,
look at you.
And well, look at the lifespan now.
Yes.
I mean, we live much longer, and it's just a shame. And many of us are very involved with the way we look. I mean, I don't want to go out looking like I don't care about the way I look, and that's an oxymoron because I do care, so it would never happen to me. But
okay, so now for my mother, and she will actually be, she will kill me if I wasn't asking you that question. Would you give us 3 tips? And every day, something you can do. You wake up in the morning and you're about to go to work, and, or anything, something easy that a woman can, or me, can actually do to look like you, to look and.
Well, I see you did this a little bit with some. Maybe I don't know how much makeup, but you
had the book. I had the book like this, and I was just.
Well, number 1 is go for the gold.
Yes.
A golden look. When I say go for the gold, I think a yellow look on everybody, no matter what your skin tone, more tone to the yellow is so flattering and so beautiful. And I'm looking at your skin and it looks so fabulous. So that's number 1. I think if you're over 50 and you have some of the standard things that happen, like some vertical lines or crow's feet or crepiness on your eyes, I say make sure whatever you use has a high moisture content. Really, it's often you have to add moisture to the makeup that you already have because it's not moist enough. Because one of the generalities of getting older is the skin gets dry.
Yes.
So to that extent, you have to add moisture. And then I would say there is nothing that looks more beautiful on older women than neutrals. Watch out for bright colors, and of course toss gloss. That is not in your best interest. A tiny bit of natural gloss is fine, but red gloss, fuchsia gloss, all of those glosses that can migrate around your mouth can start looking blurry and not good.
I know also, because I found you on YouTube, you have a channel where you give very short clips of tips what women can do to look good. So we can find it on YouTube, right?
On YouTube.
Yes.
I'm also on Twitter. And also Toss the Gloss has a Facebook page.
I will make sure to let the audience know where to find you on social media. Again, Toss the Gloss, it's a bestseller. I recommend everybody, not only women over 50, to read it. Andrea Robinson, Toss the Gloss. It was the Alexi Minko Show. Thanks for watching. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.